And the Bruins will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So BYU's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting we've got these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Anderson will throw. Quick completion on the out route. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Rushes on him. And the defense got him at the 27.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Bruins offense will take the field for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads, showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Grabbed behind the line, it's Matthews. The Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Right on the money. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Bruins have their offense in high gear. Got a man, it's Matthews. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Using the quick game. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Bruins trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins! Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The returner will field it and try to do some business. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Anderson wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll return it from the 50. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. He'll start this drive firing. The sure hands, it's Flores. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Finds his man. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Bruins come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Clemson is putting on a show offensively. It feels like this one was over when they touched Howard's Rock. They're up 14 over North Carolina. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Quick handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Anderson will throw. Got his man downfield. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Caught close to the marker, it's Bachmeier. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the right. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. Lost to throw again. Makes the catch. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. They get to him as he throws. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
That is tremendous toughness there by the quarterback because he knew he was going to get drilled. He hung tough in the pocket and delivered a strike for the touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. They'll give it on the counter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Working that left side now. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. And they can't make the play on third down. And the Bruins will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Out of the gun. The running back has it. On his feet at the 40. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quick completion on the out. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. From the red zone, looking for a man. Caught over the middle. It's Bachmeier. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. This crowd knows when to bring it. On third down, he drops the throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Trying to turn the corner on the right. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8-clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got it. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. They punt it away on fourth down. Just needs a crack to get a return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll move the wide receiver. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Lofts one high and deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Plenty of work to do here on second and long. From the gun, the running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now facing a third and long. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Oh, they're after him. Finds his man down the middle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Fair catch called for and made. UCLA will go back to work on offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give on the inside. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Bruins have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes
rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Ball State is currently ahead in this one, but let's remember, this program has just one bowl win all time, so nothing is a given in Muncie. They're up by 6 over Cincinnati. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Come on, how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Anderson wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hernandez. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Bachmeier. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Punts it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Bachmeier. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Took a shot as he threw. And they failed to hook up on third down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Flores. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Matthews. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Unloads to the right. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Anderson will throw. Fires to the big fella. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They're working that left side. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. right down the boulevard. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. That's caught. It's Flores. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Split backs here. Off play action. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Anderson wants to throw. Finds his man in the middle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got his man down the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the Rose Bowl.
BYU will try to boot it deep to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
It'll be third and long. Wants to throw. It's Iamaleava. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
The Bruins will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. A strike downfield. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Breaks the tackle. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. They'll go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Hernandez.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Wants to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Snagged out of the air. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Looking to throw again. A shot toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And this one is perfect. That brings them to within 1. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. A They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback on the keeper. Quarterback gets past the marker. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Back to pass on second down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Bruins come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. He'll pull it on the read. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. He's already made one field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. And this one splits the uprights. They now have a 20-16 lead. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It'll be a draw. Nice move to keep running. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on third and short. He'll keep it on the sneak.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Off play action on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Flores. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. That's caught. It's Thomas. Oh, what a caught! They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They want to run this quarterback.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Got enough first down from the 17. And the Bruins kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to pass, it's Iamaleava. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to West Virginia. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys. Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Smashes ahead. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first down. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Got it looking for the first down. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The Bruins will call on their punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Anderson will throw. He'll pull it down and run. Short gain on the play before he slides. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Bachmeier. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. BYU with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. BYU has this offense clicking. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pulls it in. It's Bachmeier. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Anderson wants to throw. Touchdown, BYU! Quick strike through the air for the score. Late in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. Looking to throw. It's complete to the left. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? He'll do it himself. Makes him talk to the hand. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. On the run, it's Thomas. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the catch. It's Flores. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Bruins come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to the big tight end. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. They boot it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the fourth, a chance to move on top with a score. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Anderson will throw. He's got an open man. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll run play action. Pressure coming. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. On fourth down, going to the air. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Throws to the wideout. He makes a grab. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.